Hey everyone, it's your girl JV Jones here with the great comedian Terrance Hawkins. What's going on?
I'm doing me, living life,
Mm.
expecting a lot of big things.
Look, I want you to share with everybody all of the stuff that you're doing right now and just fill our ears up.
Gotcha. No problem. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? This is Terrance Hawkins, the Duke of Comedy, formerly known as Terrance the Comedian. My name has been changed, so if you guys are still going by Terrance the Comedian, that's cool because I'm still the same person. But it's officially now the Duke of Comedy. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Just going to living life, enjoying my life. Married with 3 children. My oldest daughter just recently got married last year. Uh, my youngest daughter gave me my first grandchild, so now I'm not only somebody's father, I'm also somebody's grandfather. Um, Working hard. I had to pull back off the comedy scene for a minute because life was getting to become a little complicated and getting in the way. Now that I got all of that out the way, I'm just here, ready to do a lot of things. A lot on my plate. I'm now calling myself a director, a producer, writing commercials. Um, just moving and shaking. I'm on the restaurant scene. I'm hosting things. I'm doing a lot. What I want you guys to really know about me is a lot of times people want to know how do people get started in the comedy. I'm gonna tell you how I got started in comedy. Um, I was always the funniest person in pretty much everywhere I went. I ended up in the United States Marine Corps back in '97. When I went in the Marine Corps, of course, I never wanted to stop being funny. So I kept being myself, doing my thing, and something came up where the entire battalion was in one location because something had happened on the base. And my staff NCOIC was like, look, you always making us laugh around the shop. Get on stage and make everybody laugh. And I'm looking at him like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. And he ended up making me actually either do that or have duty. And I was like, nah, I don't want duty. So I started mimicking people. Anything I can hear, I can mimic. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I did that particular time. And that's what kind of broke me from being just a funny person in a group of people and being the funniest person in front of a group of people. That kind of took away my stage fright. I didn't venture back into it again until about 2000 when I hit the stage in Hawaii. They had something called the First Fridays comedy show on the Air Force Base, and whoever was hosting it was due to rotate off the island, and they were holding a comedy competition to have you become the host. So it was me and 3 other contestants, me and another guy tied for first place, and we rotated every other month. And that's when I broke into actually calling myself a comedian. I started working with Hope Flood, Honest John I did work with. And there was several other comedians that came out. Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I worked with all these comedians just on various First Fridays while I was still over in Hawaii. Once I came back, well, let's go back. When I was over in Hawaii, I had an opportunity to be in some movies. One of the perks of being a Marine or just being a military member over there, they always look for extras and stuff. And they went to the military first. So I ended up being in Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis. I was in Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck. I wasn't actually in the shot with any of them. I was just an extra. So, so when the boat went down in Pearl Harbor, if you kind of look at the people jumping overboard, you might catch me jumping overboard. I ran through the field in Tears of the Sun. So those are things that kind of got me really on the performance art side. The comedy side was just that incident where they were allowing me to do certain things. Once I finally got back to Washington, D.C., I ended up doing the open mic with Billy the Kid. The guy that I was stationed with over in Hawaii is his cousin, and he put us in contact. And I went down to Rose's Dream, and that got my feet wet on the DC scene. It took me a time to get it going because of my comedy style. I'm a joke. I'm not a punch kind of comedian. I'm a storyteller, more like your Bill Cosby's. So if you sit back and you ever heard my comedy, you know exactly where I'm coming from. So it's kind of hard when I first started because when nobody knows who you are, they don't really want to give you that much time. So I didn't have a lot of time to get my jokes off. So I was having a hard time with trying to find my connection with the audience, dealing with the other comedians, allowing me to get my time going. So it just made me to become the punch comedian until they found their trust and gained their trust in me and put me on the stage. And I got my first 10-minute spot and they let me go. Once that happened, they realized the kind of comedian I was, and now we're forced to be reckoned with. I done work with, and here in DC, Chris Thomas, Sylvia Traymore, Tony Woods, Kevin Anthony, you name it. Those are all the big wigs. We call them old school comedians, that legends, pioneers of the game. Chris Thomas and Sylvia Traymore, they had put a show together with T.L. Fitz, who is the Bishop of Comedy. Chris Thomas, if y'all know exactly who he is, mayor of Rap City, he is the king of impressions. And if you gotta know who Sylvia Traymore is, he was the first black female writer on Saturday Night Live. She's the queen of impressions. She's done a lot. Those two got together with the king of impressions, the queen of impressions, and then the Bishop of Comedy. And here they go with Terrance the comedian hosting this thing. And they was like, that doesn't sound right. So the two of them came together and came up with the Duke of Comedy. And at that time, I was kind of looking for someone to kind of rename me or help me rename myself. I actually put it out on my social media and asking people that knew me to try to come up with a name for me, help me come up with a name. Because Terrance the comedian just wasn't marketable on the mainstream scene. So once Chris and Sylvia got together and they put that out there, it fit, and it's been me ever since. Matter of fact, I even call my son Little Duke now. So he's a comedian in his own right. That kid is so much personality. I guess when you're around good people and good energy and good vibes, things kind of rub off on you. And that kid, at 4 years old, I can probably put him on stage. He can probably do a good 3 minutes and have you cracking up. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I would say that my directorial debut is coming up. I'm actually shooting a commercial in Southeast Washington, D.C. coming up real soon. So if you guys are sitting out there, I need some extras and I need some people in the background or anything, go ahead and send me a message on Facebook. That's at Terrance Hawkins. On Facebook, it's Terrance. You'll see me. I'm one of the biggest Denver Bronco fans out there, so I'm in the Denver Broncos sweatsuit. You'll see me standing there. That's me. Send me a friend request or just inbox me if you don't want to be my friend. That's cool. I'll still use you in the commercial. This is my first writers, director, producing job of anything on the other side of the camera. The name of the restaurant is the Caribbean Citations. It's in Southeast Washington, D.C., right off of Mount Pleasant and Martin Luther King, right up the street from the Big Chair. So if you guys are interested in doing that, just go ahead and send me your contact information. You don't need to send me no professional headshots or anything like that. This is going to be a professional shoot, but I don't need all that. I don't have the overhead to actually give you some of that. So yeah, you can hit me up there. You can catch me on my Twitter page. You can actually catch me on Snapchat. I do have a Snapchat page. I ain't got nothing on my Snapchat because I don't know how to Snapchat yet. It's a little out my age bracket. But yeah, you guys can definitely catch me up, okay?
Well, I just want to thank you so much. You are doing a lot. You're doing a lot.
Yeah.
So people definitely need to keep up with you. So thanks for coming to Return to Eden, Duke.
Thank you.
Duke of Comedy,
I appreciate
Terrance
that.
Hawkins. And we're just going to follow you and keep up and just wish you the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
All right. It's J.B. Jones, DC Nightlife.